Hi Daisy Girl Scouts. Today I'm going to help you earn the clover petal. If you haven't already earned the center, please stop the video and go back and earn the center. You can do this with your family or with your daisy troop. Then come back and earn these petals in any order that you would like. Today we're going to hear the story about Clover, a visit to the busy, buzzy bees. And when you've earned your clover petal, you will know how to use resources wisely, just like Clover. To earn your clover petal, you're going to do three things. You're going to enjoy Clover's story, and then you're going to talk about it with your friends or your daisy group. The second thing you're going to do is you're going to make a collage using an old magazine or postcards. What a collage is a picture where you use other pictures to make one big picture that you like. And the third thing is practice being resourceful. So let's enjoy Clover's story. A visit to the busy, buzzy bees. The sun had just appeared in the sky when the flower friends woke up and got ready for another fun day. Chatting and laughing, they helped each other wash Lupe's petal-powered car. I love it when the car looks all shiny and clean in the sun, Zini said. And Clover's idea to collect rainwater in pails means we don't waste water. Vi added, that was smart, Clover. Clover blushed. I'm happy anytime I can think of ways to use things wisely, she said. Now let's go on our trip. I can't wait to give you a tour of my friend Henry's honeybee garden. Here they are in the car. Clover hopped into the driver's seat of the car. The petal-powered car ran on flower power. Every part of the flower helped the car go. A few minutes later, the flower friends arrived at the garden. Clover and her friends headed over to a patch of beehives. Swarms of black and yellow honeybees flew all around them. See the honeybees? The honeybees live in hives, Clover explained, but they love to fly around outside too. How do bees make honey? Zini asked. First, bees gather nectar from plants and flowers, Clover told them. Then they store it in a honeycomb to make honey. One of the honeybees flew by. We love buzzing around the flowers, she said, and we like turning flower nectar into something sweet to eat. Buzz, buzz, buzz. See the hives? And the bees flying around. Just then, Clover's friend Henry flew over, carrying several jars. Hi, Clover, Henry said. I have a surprise for you. Since you always help me take such good care of the garden, here is some honey for you and your friends. See, brought her a jar of honey. Thanks, Henry, Clover said. What should we do with our honey? Zini asked Clover. Clover thought for a moment. I know, she replied. Let's throw a tea party when we get back. See all of her jars of honey? Back at the garden, Clover called the other flower friends over. Hey, everyone, Clover called out. We brought some honey back from the beekeeper's garden. We can use the honey in our tea, and we can make a honey dip using our leftover yogurt and apples, she added. That's a great idea, Gloria said. It's smart to use our leftover food instead of throwing it away, and the dip will be tasty, too. Thanks for taking us to visit the beekeeper's garden, Clover, Vi said. I'm glad you had fun, Clover said. A few bees flew past their tables. They were flying to the daisy flower garden. And thank you for making our honey, Clover called to them. See the bees? And they're having a tea party. The end. Now, to earn your petal, we're going to talk about Clover's story. The first thing we're going to talk about is how did Clover use resources wisely? Go ahead and pause your video and talk to your family or your daisy friends and discuss how Clover uses resources wisely. Be sure to take some notes so that you can share them with your leader to show that you've earned Clover's petal. That was a lot of good information. I'm sure that your leader's going to take those resources and think about those herself or himself. Now, what do you think would have happened to the leftover yogurt and apples if Clover hadn't suggested making a dip? Go ahead and pause the video and talk with your family or your daisy group and discuss what you think would have happened to the leftover yogurt and apples if Clover hadn't suggested making a dip. I bet you decided that it would have gone to waste, and that would be terrible. So I'm glad that they came up with that idea. Thank you, Clover. Now, the third thing is, when have you been resourceful? Can you think of other ways to be resourceful? So pause the video for a minute and talk to your family or your Daisy group about how you've been resourceful and other ways that you can be resourceful. And then we'll come back in a minute and we'll start on step 2. That was great. Now be sure that you're making those notes. Step 2, you're going to make a collage using old magazines or postcards. So what you need to do is pause the video and go collect some supplies. You're going to need a big piece of paper, and you're going to need some magazines or other pictures or postcards, probably some scissors unless you're going to tear them, and you probably want some glue or some tape so that you can stick them to the big piece of paper. Once you've collected all of those items, then you're going to make the collage, and your family or your Girl Scout troop can help you with that. And we're going to use our resources wisely. So being resourceful means finding ways to use old things, and you may want to make a collage of flowers or create a picture of a new flower friend. So you can use things that you find in your yard in your collage too, if you don't want to just use pictures. So go ahead and pause the video while you do that activity, and then come back and we'll look at step 3. Your collage looks awesome. Now, the third thing we're going to do to earn that petal is that we're going to practice being resourceful. There are a lot of ways to act like Clover. You can try it out by doing one of these activities. You can offer to help your family make a recipe using leftovers so the food won't go to waste, just like they did at the tea party. Or you can visit a local garden or farmer's market. You can ask about how the gardener or farmer uses resources wisely to grow plants. Find out what they do if they have too many vegetables to eat or to sell. Or with your Daisy friends or family, you may want to come up with 3 ways you can use resources wisely in your meeting place or at home. Promise to do it at every meeting or every day or every week at home. Once you finish those, turn them into your leader so that you can show that you have earned the Clover petal. Congratulations, you have earned your Clover petal. Now, when you say the Girl Scout law, you'll know exactly what that line means. Wear the petal on your tunic or your vest to remind you to always use resources as wisely as you can. Have a great day.